Hey guys, how's it going? It's 8-Bit Eric. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to check an interesting game out. This is a first-person adventure game that has an interesting premise. You play with the perspective of an insect. Um, that's actually kind of what got me interested in it. So it's kind of, how would I place it? A mystery story that has some kind of premise of where your friend is being arrested. This is inspired by the works of Franz Kafka, who was a German writer, wrote a lot of interesting stories and stuff. So you wake up one morning and you're transforming into a tiny bug and your friend is getting arrested for whatever reason, and you have to embark on a journey through the body and perspective of a bug. So you traverse huge environments like books and shelves and tables and having to work your way from point A to point B in order to get further into the story and stuff. And along the way, you'll unlock different notes and clues that give you a little bit more information about what's going on. So the general premise felt unique enough to want to make me check it out, especially being like a literature major. I'm into all sorts of different works and writings and stuff from all over the world, whether it's American literature or British literature or any kind of thing. And finding out that it was based on Franz Kafka drew my interest on this. It seems like it's something that took a concept of writing and thought outside the box to make a game. Does it have the best looking graphics? No, not by any means at all. Taking a look at some of the characters and the sprites and just the way that the levels are designed and stuff, it does have a little bit of an outdated look, I will say that. But if you look at it from the way of like an imagination, some kind of like whimsical type of idea, then maybe you could definitely get past it. I know I did. I feel that this game offered a lot more than meets the eye in regards to what was presented out there. So you have a couple of limited abilities. As an insect, you're able to run, jump, and you can even get your feet into like sticky glue in order to stick to walls and stuff like that. But you have to watch certain obstacles, traps. It's all done from a bug's perspective, which I thought was pretty cool and stuff. But there's environmental puzzles that add a high degree of challenge. There's like, I guess, light parkour elements, if I could call it that. There's wall climbing, and all this is done in order to search for clues, in order to figure out how to get from point A to point B. And platforming aspects can be a little bit challenging. I'm going to be honest. The jumping kind of seems a little, at times, wonky. There's a lot of huge pitfalls where you could fall to your death at any time. But I do think that the game does attempt to make at least an attempt to present this whole idea of being a bug in a unique way. They try to take advantage of the gameplay mechanics in order to at least try. And you know, even if it's not executed well enough, you could tell that they tried to incorporate the whole idea of being a bug into the gameplay mechanics. It was definitely an interesting take on a genre. You know, a lot of first-person games are usually shooters or walking simulators or sci-fi or horror, and to get a unique story out of a genre that has been overplayed, I would dare say, within the last decade or two, was refreshing in a way. And honestly, a game like this probably will fly under the radar, because games like this, I guess, get overlooked, especially when you see the words first person and then you read into it and stuff like that. I feel a game like this probably didn't get enough love in the eShop. It's been out for a little bit, and I believe it's also out on the other consoles as well. So if you're interested in this. Now, the one sticking point that I will say that made me kind of, if I was to say anything negative about the game, is the control. The jump-in mechanics and stuff, the platforming. It's kind of hard to tell where you're at on certain platforms and stuff, because you're still low. Like, you're in an insect's perspective, so you're low to the ground, and at times I found myself finding difficulty controlling it, and it took a little bit of getting used to, and it was still kind of wonky enough to where it felt, at least on the Nintendo Switch version, I don't know how it is on other platforms, felt maybe a little loosey-goosey in that regards. Now, the game is also pretty pricey. In the Switch eShop, it's on sale. It's regularly $24.99. It's on sale for $22.99 right now, and it's digital only. So that's, I think, a pretty high price for a video game of this sort. I feel that there's not enough action. It's real more like just exploring and finding things and solving puzzles. And in the eShop, maybe that's why it got overlooked, because the price might initially turn people off from the premise. And I probably would say this is like a one and done as well. You play through the game one time, you're never going to go back to it. There's not anything really to go back and unlock or any replay value to it for you to go back and check the game out. So I would say for its price, that's probably the one reason why I would not recommend it. But being a literary nut, if you could find this on sale, let's say one day this game shows up on sale, it might be worth a playthrough at least one time. But this obviously is not going to be everybody's cup of tea, because it's not an action game. It's not fast paced. It's basically not what sticks out in the Switch eShop, if that's any kind of huge weakness when it comes to Metamorphosis. But again, like I said, you can tell they tried to do something different. They tried to change up what a first-person game is usually about. And I thought that was cool enough. You know, this is an example of an indie developer thinking outside the box and trying to be creative with what they're doing. And I got to give them props for that. This ain't going to be Game of the Year or anything like that, but I got to give them props for trying to make something unique and new. In an eShop that's full of retro pixel-arted platformers and stuff that you see repetitive clones of, at least they gave something unique. So props to them. Just a little too high on the price. But that's my thoughts on the game, guys. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Is this something that you would be willing to check out, or is it something that you're going to give a hard pass to? Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Consider supporting 8-Bit Eric on Patreon for just $1 a month. Link below in the description. You want to become part of the hashtag 8BE Nation, guys? Well, be sure to pick up your official merch, now available online. Link is below in the description. We got classic t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, and even women's apparel. Don't forget, pick up your official merch now. And while you're at it, guys, feel free to watch the next video, or why don't you catch up on one that you might have previously missed. Thanks again, guys, for all the support. I couldn't do this without you. You guys are amazing, and don't forget to subscribe and click that like button if you are brand new. Thanks again, guys. Peace out.